Welcome back, Amiibros, to Mission 4 of Devil May Cry. In the last episode, we completed our very first secret mission and had our first encounter with the rock-hard lava spider scorpion known as Phantom. And in this episode, I'll be buying an Untouchable for a particular secret mission, as in Mission 4 we have not one, not two, but 3 secret missions to complete. The first 2 are rather easy, with the last one being a huge step up in difficulty in my opinion. But I'll get into that later. Right now we have a secret mission, Phantom Baby. Defeat 100 Phantom Babies within the time limit. A secret mission you can easily complete in less than 5 seconds if you have a Holy Water, because it acts as a screen nuke and will automatically kill all the Phantom Babies in the room before the time limit even hits 20. However, if you're not packing a Holy Water like I am, there's a way you can do this rather easily. First off, make sure you have Ebony and Ivory equipped, as well as a fully maxed out Devil Trigger. Once you head inside, activate your Devil Trigger, because when you have Alistair equipped and you activate your Devil Trigger, your movement speed increases, and it doesn't take much to kill the Phantom Babies. All you have to do is just step on them and they'll die. As well as having Ebony and Ivory equipped, you can just shoot them in rapid succession. You don't want to shoot them with the shotgun, because while the spread shot is nice, it's too slow and can't compare with the speed of Ebony and Ivory. But we did it. Let's progress forward. Not before Phantom comes back! Ah! How are we gonna beat him? Quick, let's go into the other room. And it's that simple. Phantom is gone, and in his place are Sin Scissors, and I do not like facing Sin Scissors in this part of the level, because remember, Sin Scissors can phase through walls, and unfortunately Dante isn't stylish enough to shoot through walls. And remember, in order to effectively kill a Sin Scissor, you need to stun them with your shotgun first, and then pray to Lady Luck that you kill them in one hit. Otherwise, you have to shoot them again, and that gives them a chance to phase through walls, and facing Sin Scissors in confined spaces like these are not pleasant, let me tell you. But by heading towards the room where the God of Time statue is, we unlock another secret mission, Phantom Baby 2. Defeat 100 Phantom Babies within the time limit without using any weapons, meaning we can't use our sword, Ebony and Ivory, or even our shotgun. However, we can still use our Devil Trigger and run through these Phantom Babies like mad. The Devil Trigger technically isn't a weapon, or transforming into your devil form isn't a weapon. But you saw how fast that was, right? But after clearing that, we get our next blue orb fragment and assemble our second blue orb, further increasing our health. Oh yeah! Now it's time to clean out the rest of the pests, because the secret mission technically isn't cleared until you walk through that door. Once you've already collected the blue orb fragment, all you have to do is just head out and boom, it's done. But I want to kill some more Phantom Babies. And go over to the God of Time statue, and instead of buying a blue orb, I think it's high time we get an upgrade for Alistair, for realsies. And I can think of no better upgrade than Stinger level 1. Oh yeah! So how Stinger level 1 works is Dante locks onto an enemy, or you lock onto an enemy, and then you press the Y button, and Dante will rush forward and plunge Alistair right into an enemy, sending them backward. It's a good way of covering a lot of ground, as Dante's default movement speed is rather slow. Damn arthritis in the knees. But while I grind Sin Scissors, let's talk about secret missions, shall we? So secret missions are hidden areas within a main mission that you can access either by going into a room you've already been at a certain point in time, or by pressing A near a conspicuous object, and boom, you're transported straight to the secret mission and you can begin. There are 12 in total, each having a different stipulation that you're required to complete in order to collect your blue orb fragment. Some of the stipulations are more of a pain in the ass than others, but bright side is, if you fail a secret mission, you can always head back in and retry as much as you want. For the most part, secret missions are optional, but I recommend you complete as many as possible, as secret missions are the best way of getting blue orb fragments, as there are fragments outside of the secret missions, but being brutally honest, you might not find them, because the blue orb fragments outside the secret missions are hidden in places that you wouldn't think to look. leading you to finding those blue orb fragments outside the secret missions by a complete fucking accident. Another reason why I recommend you go for the secret missions is that it saves you on red orbs in the long run. As I will say this time and time again, Devil May Cry 1 is a skill-based game. So you want to save your red orbs for weapon skills instead of extending your health. You can extend your health and your DT meter as much as you want, but you're going to end up kicking yourself because you don't have the skills necessary to deal with bosses or make certain bosses easier. You get me? So I personally recommend you complete as many secret missions as possible. You don't go for all of them, because if you go for all of them, you're gonna drive yourself bonkers, like I did. But that's just because I want to show off as much of this game as possible to you fine folks. But enough about secret missions for now, let's focus on this brand new enemy we just encountered, and it's quite a step up from what we're accustomed to thus far. Shadows. These living embodiments of darkness are a two-phase enemy. The first part is all about exposing the Shadow's core for a limited time, while the second part is dealing enough damage within that limited time that you drive the Shadow to blow up. A Shadow's attacks include a pendulum attack where they'll jump up in the air, spin around for a bit, and then home in on you with one of their bladed edges. The easiest way you can avoid that is by dodge rolling out of the way. Do not try to jump because you give them an easy chance to hit you, and their pendulum attack is one of their most damaging. They also have a spear move where they'll sit in place and extend their shadowy bit, I guess, as a spear and try to skewer you. The cool thing about this is you can stand on top of it if you time it right and shoot them right where the core is, dealing critical damage and causing them to expose their core faster. They have another attack where they'll dip below the floor and summon spears upward and try to skewer you that way. The best way you can avoid that is by moving around. Do not stay still. Do not try to charge at the Shadow and wait for it to pop up out of the ground. That's an easy way of getting hit. Their next attack is a charging bite attack where they will lunge at you and try to consume you. They won't actually eat you, but they will try to dip their fangs into you and get you that way. Their last attack is one of desperation, where after you damage the core enough times, they'll start to glow red. Once they glow red, that means that you're done damaging them. All you have to do now is avoid them until they blow up. They'll utilize their charging bite attack as a last-ditch effort to sink their shadowy fangs into you, grab you, and lift you up and blow up, which will cause damage to you as a last-ditch effort to kill you. It's not as damaging as their pendulum attack, but it hurts, and you do not want to get caught up in it when your health bar is as low as it is at this point in the game. Until the core is exposed, don't try to attack a Shadow head on with just your sword. Trust me, the results will not be in your favor, as the Shadow will automatically counter your attack and deal damage to you. However, while a Shadow is well adept at countering your physical attacks, they don't have a counter for your firearms. You know what that means. Bust out Ebony and Ivory and just shoot them up good until that core is exposed, go into your Devil Trigger, and just lay on the pain. So yeah, quite a step up from what we're accustomed to so far, don't you think? And it's only going to get tougher from here on out. So as we make our way to the last secret mission, yes, this is where the last secret mission is located, make sure you head in with a Vital Star and an Untouchable, because you are going to need those two items at least. I also recommend you head in with a Devil Star, because one thing I didn't mention with the Shadow is that one way you can easily expose their core is by going into Devil Trigger and shoot them that way, because aside from your normal sword strikes getting a big power boost, the bullets fired from your guns also get a boost. They become supercharged. That's why when Dante fires Ebony and Ivory, it looks like he's firing lightning out of the pistols. It's more so that the bullets are supercharged. Anyway, here's our last secret mission for Mission 4, the Three Beasts. Fight the Shadows, you only have one chance. You read that right. If you bite the bullet in this secret mission and you die, you cannot access it anymore. Unless you reset, that's it. You can't use a yellow orb and access this secret mission again. And just so we're clear, you're not fighting just one Shadow, no, you are fighting 3 Shadows. And just another reminder, folks, I went over all of the attacks the Shadow has. What I didn't touch on was how fast they are and how mobile they are compared to Dante. I mentioned before that Dante moves very slow, and unless you're jumping all over the place, it's gonna take a while to get from point A to point B. And heaven forbid you're not packing Stinger to cover ground quickly. These Shadows can fuck you up in a matter of seconds if you are not careful. Ironically, the Shadows won't attack you if you're standing still. Seriously, you head into a fight with a Shadow and you stand still, it will not bother you. It will circle around you waiting for you to make a move. So if you ever find yourself cornered and you need to think for a minute just to catch your breath or something, try standing still and the Shadows won't bug you. But yes, this is why I recommended you head in with at least one Vital Star and an Untouchable. Dante starts the game off with one Vital Star anyway, so I recommend you hang on to it as long as you can, lest you head in between the tight corridor and the room where the airplane is to grind red orbs, because if you want to complete all the secret missions, you need to complete this without dying. And again, look how fast the Shadows are moving compared to Dante and how much I'm jumping around. These fuckers are relentless if you're moving. And it only takes a few hits for them to kill you. See, I managed to kill one there, but that was because, you know, I must have gotten lucky, but not so lucky because I just got grabbed and I blew up. Fortunately, whenever you kill a Shadow, they do drop a green orb, allowing you to recover some health. But again, dealing with 3 of them is a challenge in and of itself, because you only had to deal with 1 in that room. Dealing with 3 is just, oh my god. It's an endurance test, man. And it bears repeating. If you want to complete all the secret missions and you die here, you have to reset the game. Meaning you have to watch all the cutscenes up to this point. You have to do the 2 secret missions you did before. Which granted they're easy, but you have to do those again. Okay? And God forbid you had to grind for a Vital Star, an Untouchable, and a Devil Star on top of that. Now, I'm not sure if you can use a Holy Water to break away the Shadows protecting the core, but I mean, if it can be done, I'd love to see it. As far as I've seen, no one has tried it, so I assume it doesn't work. This is the only secret mission to do this, by the way. After this, no other secret mission has this dumb stipulation where it's a one and done deal. And right here, I'm very close to dying. Can I do it? Can I take out 2 Shadows? And fuck! Ugh! And you know what that meant? That meant I had to do Mission 4 up to this point all over again. Both secret missions, the cutscene with Phantom that isn't skippable, and the cutscene where the Shadow is introduced. Ugh, fuck this secret mission, man. Why is it so early on? This is Mission 4. This is still the beginning of the game. And fuck the people that say, like, oh, you had to use items for this secret mission? Wow, you're not a true Devil May Cry player. Flex, get good. Fuck you, okay? Fuck you. Secret mission's bullshit. This is what makes me hate Shadows. This secret mission right here. And I taunted because, you know what? I wanted to flex right there. Fuck the Shadows. And I didn't have to use any of my items that time either. That's the funny thing. That's as bad as it gets, folks. From here on out, the secret missions don't have as egregious stipulations as that last one. You can retry every other secret mission except that one as much as you want. So, by default, the other secret missions aren't as bad. But now that we're done with that bullshit secret mission, new enemy, Sin Sights. They're just like Sin Scissors, where they can phase through walls. They have that annoying ass cackle. But the one difference is that Sin Sights are less durable than Sin Scissors, where you stun them once and then you hit them again with the shotgun, and no matter where you hit them, they die. Their scythes are still corporeal though, so they still have a chance of hitting you, so be mindful of that. But I honestly prefer Sin Sights, not just because they're easier to kill, but I find their weapon a lot deadlier than scissors. I mean, it's unique, don't get me wrong, but I don't know, Sin Scythes are just cooler in my opinion. Try saying that 3 times fast. Sin Scythe, Sin Scythe, Sin Scythe. See, I can barely get it out without, like, risking stuttering, you know? But yeah, fuck that last secret mission. It's such a difficulty spike compared to what we had previously, and, like, why put 3 secret missions in Mission 4, what is still the beginning of the game? I mean, 2 is fine, because from here on, the most secret missions you're going to encounter in another mission are 2. You're not going to encounter 3 anymore. Like, were one of the developers going through a nasty divorce and figured, you know, fuck the player, they deserve to try 3 secret missions. And then they looked to the director, Hideki Kamiya, and were like, Kamiya, there are 2 secret missions in here already. What third are we going to put? How about a one and done mission? If you die, that's it. You can't retry it again unless you reset. Kamiya-san, I think that's a bit too difficult for the player. I have spoken. I mean, that's how I think it went in my head anyway. But as you saw, we picked up the death sentence. Unfortunately, that's not a weapon we can use, but hey, Alistair suffices. So all we have to do is just jam it into this statue right here, and we have access to the Melancholy Soul. What made it so melancholy? But before we can leave with our depressed soul, we've got a boss fight. Ourselves! Oh god, is that what my devil trigger looks like?
This stinking hole was the last place I thought I'd find anyone with some guts.
Well, that was random. Interesting fellow. Nothing can stop us. Fuck! Well, I guess it's a thou must situation. Before we head out and face that interesting fellow, let's jump up here and collect some red orbs. And there's a God of Time statue, so whatever red orbs you have that you can spend them now, because this boss fight is a bit of a doozy. By a bit, I mean, he's pretty challenging. If you had trouble against Phantom, chances are you're gonna have some trouble against this guy. Anyway, let's not waste any more time, and head outside to face Nello Angelo. Well, this guy has a certain flair for the dramatics, let me tell you. Anyway, meet Nello Angelo, the rival character that mirrors Dante's moveset, all the way down to the taunts. I'm not kidding. If Nello Angelo hits you, he'll taunt you, goading you into attacking him recklessly. His main form of attack is swinging his great sword, Zweihander, I hope that's how you pronounce it, which allows him to reach you with relative ease. His sword is so long it eclipses Alistair in range. He'll fire blasts of azure flames at you, and this fight can be rather challenging your first time going through, so the best piece of advice I can give you is don't swing at him wildly. Don't rush in, and pick your moments to strike, and I assure you that you'll come out on top. Much how in the way Phantom taught you the importance of using your devil trigger, this fight with Nello Angelo teaches you the importance of dodging. To dodge, you simply lock onto an enemy and move the control stick left or right to roll out of the way. In my opinion, though, this form of dodging is rather clunky and disorienting due to the fixed camera angles and how intense the fights can be at times. Should you lose to Nello Angelo a couple times, or hell, even a lot, don't be intimidated by it. Eventually you will get the pattern down, and remember, your devil trigger can break through his guard, much how it did with Phantoms. So, again, utilize it when you can, And an important thing about the Devil Trigger is that when you DT, you do recover your health gradually. So the more DT runes you have, the more health you can recover within a limited time. But I do cut it very close here. Woo! My fights with Nelangelo the first time around are always tough, but I won. At least I hope I did. Oh no, I lost Alistair! And my back's against the wall. Things aren't looking good for Dante. Didn't know jewelry could have that effect on demons. Next thing you know, I'm going to be showing up with like a gold band around my wrist. Drive all the demons away. But, let's see what we got. S rank! Fuck yeah, man! That's a perfect way to cap off an intense fight. Even though my clear time was 28 minutes, the amount of orbs I collected more than made up for it. Hells yeah! Anyway, we're finally done with Mission 4, and we can move on to Mission 5. And I promise you, it's nowhere near as long as this mission was. But that'll be for next time, Amiibros, when we tackle Mission 5. See you guys then.